Morning, everybody. Let's start standing, feet on the floor. And of course, feel those feet grounding into your yoga mat. Roll your shoulders back and take a nice deep breath. Make your legs strong and engage the legs, engage the hips. Now let's take some slow movements. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and slow. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, breathe and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's elongate the back of the spine, the back of the neck, tucking the chin slightly, shoulders down and back. And just be aware of the space above the head, the crown of the head. And with your breath, draw the energy up from the earth and down from the sky. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, fold forward. Let your knees soften, let your head go. Take in some nice deep breaths. Bending your knees, arms out to the side. Inhale, come up. Hands to the heart. Again, inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now let's bend our knees and fold forward. And we'll come first onto the knees and then onto our back. And I'll see if I can get you a closer view. All right. So just take a moment, take a few deep breaths. And then drawing the right knee into the chest, hands over the knee. Pull the knee towards the chest. Breathe deeply. Circle your foot. Circle the foot in the opposite direction. And point and flex the foot. Let's release the leg, stretch it out. And now bring the left leg up, hands over the knee, draw the knee to the chest, and breathe deeply. Circle the foot. Circle in the opposite direction. And point and flex the foot. Release your legs, stretch it out. Now let's bend both knees. Press your lower back into the floor. Draw your knees up towards your chest and bring the hands over the knees. With each breath you take, feel your low back. and start to move up the back. Feel the mid back and the upper back. Your spine and your long back muscles pressing into your yoga mat. And we're going to rock from side to side. And create this little massage for your back and your hips. Place the hands on the knees, roll the knees away from the body a few times. Doing these circles. And feel yourself rolling over the top of the hips. Addressing your hip attachments to your lower back. Let's change the direction and circle the knees now in the opposite direction. And we come back to center. Let's place the feet on the floor. Stretch the arms out to the side. Lower your legs over to the right, turn the head to the left. Let gravity take over. And we come back to center and let gravity take the knees over to the left, head to the right. Keep your breath even and flowing. We come back up to center. Let's do a few windshield wipers from left to right. Head goes in the opposite direction of the knees. Coordinate your breath and your movement. And then we'll come back to center. I'm going to roll onto our side. I'm going to come up onto our hands and knees. So I get myself readjusted here. We'll do a few cow-cat stretches. Inhale. Lift the head and the tailbone. Exhale, arch and round the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, I want you to press into your hands and feel your shoulders move away from your ears and the back round and the chest becomes small. And now I want you to relax your shoulders and then let your torso drop in between the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades come together. So we're retracting the shoulder blades, and then we're going to protract. Move those shoulder blades away from the spine, press into the hands. And again, let the body sink in between the arms, shoulder blades come together, and then press away from those shoulders. And one more time, let the shoulder blades come together. You could feel them pinching there at the spine, and then push into the hands, round the back, tuck the chin. And we'll move our hips back, stretch our arms out in front of us, bring the forehead to the floor. Nice deep breaths. So we're here in extended child's pose. So we'll do some lateral flexion of the spine. We're going to take the left hand, bring it off the edge of the mat. Right hand on top of the left. Try to balance your shoulders. Ease your hips towards your heels. And you should feel a nice big stretch in the ribs and the right shoulder. And then coming back to center and over to the opposite side. We're going to take and place the left hand on top of the right, interlace the fingers, balance the shoulders, ease the hips back. Breathe into the stretch that you're feeling on the left side. Arms, shoulder, ribs, waist. And we come back to center. Let's come on to the hands and knees and ease ourselves down onto our stomach. Place the hands under the shoulders. Bring the feet together. Inhale, lift the head, lift the hands, and breathe. Maybe engage the legs, make them strong. You'll feel your knees lift up off the floor. Your tops of your feet are pressing into the floor. Feet are relaxed, toes pointing behind you. And as we breathe into the diaphragm area. Feel your belly press against your yoga mat. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's relax now, turning the head to the side. And breathe deeply. Forehead to the floor. Interlace your hands on your back. Roll your shoulders back and together. Engage your legs. Feel the kneecaps come off the floor. Inhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Coming into a cobra pose. And breathing deeply. Breathing from the diaphragm. And then relax the hands. Turn your head to the side. And just let everything go. And we're going to come back up onto our hands and knees. And I'm going to adjust my camera for a longer view. We're going to move into our downward dog. So curling the toes under, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we push the hips up towards the ceiling, head down in between the arms. Nice deep breaths. And if we want to walk our dog, we're going to bend first the right knee, and then straighten that leg and bend the left knee. We're going to go from right to left. Keep your breath even and flowing. And then bring both heels towards the floor. They don't have to touch the floor. Press into your hands, reaching up through the tailbone. And don't overstretch. We shouldn't have any complications from these movements. You should even be able to wiggle your hips if you need to, and feel the stretch change a little bit from left to right. We'll come back to the hands and knees. And we'll do some spinal balances. So let's take and reach the right arm out in front of you and bring the left leg up. Breathe deeply. One more deep breath. And we'll bring the hand down and the knee down to the opposite side. Bring the left arm up and bring the right leg up. Breathing deeply. One more deep breath. We'll bring down the hand and the knee. Inhale, lift the head and the tailbone. Exhale, arch and round the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. So let's come onto our knees. And if that's not comfortable for you, you can come onto your seat. We're going to do some more lateral flexion of the spine. So placing your left hand on the floor, bringing the right arm up and stretching over to the left. And then we come back up and over to the opposite side. We come back to center. So this is an option for you. Or we can come down to a seated position with maybe the legs crossed. And placing the left hand on the floor, reach the right arm up and over. We want both hips on the floor. And then we come back up and over to the opposite side. And back up to center. Let's place the hands on the knees and keep the arms strong and elongated. So no bends in the elbow, right? Long arms. And now lift the chest up towards the ceiling. You're arching your back, an extension of the spine, the head slightly back. And now round your back, tuck your chin, rolling back onto your sacrum. Inhale, rolling up onto the sit bones, lifting the heart. Exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the back, rolling onto the sacrum. So we're doing a seated cat-cow. And this has a direct effect on all the muscles around your tailbone. You can feel yourself roll across them. And the sacral sheath. So if you have any type of tension back there, this can help ease it and loosen it up. And we come back to center. All right, we'll do a spinal twist. So we're going to take and place the left hand on the right knee and the right hand behind us, keeping your spine lifted. Don't let your back round. So I'll turn sideways. And we want to keep the spine lifted and as straight as we can. We don't want to be doing this. We want to get the roundness out of the back. And the right shoulder is drawing back. The left shoulder is moving forward. The head turns, the gaze is over the shoulder. Come back to center. And then we're going to go to the opposite side. Again, keeping the back straight. Taking the breath into the spine. And using the breath to help you rotate. And we come back to center. Let's reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Let the head go. Use your breath to relax. My elbows are resting right in front of my knees. And I can even press my elbows into my knees a little bit, trying to draw my upper body forward, and then maybe walking my hands out. And then we slowly come back up and roll the shoulders back. Let's stretch the legs out to a V, and we'll sit up nice and straight. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands in between your legs. Think about elongating the spine. So rather than rounding the back and being slumped over, lift the heart and think of the spine as one unit coming right up the back of the neck. Flex your feet back. You can even press your heels into the floor a little bit. And now try bending your knees a little and see if that frees you up in the hips. We slowly come back up. We're going to face off the left leg, reaching the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Balance your shoulders so you're not tilted too much to one side or the other. And breathe deeply. Try to lead with your sternum, your heart. That'll get a roundness out of the back. So instead of a round back like this, we want to draw those shoulders down and back and lead with the heart. And then try even putting a little bend in the knee and feel your ease, your hips ease and bring you forward. And then we slowly make our way back up. And we're going to do the same thing over the right leg. Ease forward. Roll the shoulders down and back. Take a few deep breaths. Balance those shoulders. Feel the sit bone pressing into your yoga mat. And maybe even putting a little bend in the knee. Feeling your hips free up as you find that bend from the hips. And then we come back up, roll the shoulders out, work your legs, and bring the legs forward. Let's come up onto our hands and knees. Curl the toes under, pushing into a down dog. If you still need to open up the back of the legs, you can walk your dog for a few breaths. And then we'll bring our hands and feet together. Inhale all the way up. And hands to the heart. So let's take and grab our blocks. I'm going to separate our legs a nice distance apart. Get the feet parallel to each other. So rather than the toes pointing out, feet parallel. Inhale, a little backward bend, lifting the heart. Exhale, bending the knees, folding forward. Maybe bringing your hands to your blocks, straightening the legs if it feels comfortable. Or maybe you want to bend your knees deeply. It's a whole different experience of stretches over the hips and the knee joints. Let your head go, shake the head no, shake the head yes. And then press into your blocks, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Nice deep breaths. Maybe you feel like you can place your hands on the floor and let your head go. Breathe. And then pressing into your hands, place one hand center on your block or on the yoga mat and reach the right arm up or the other arm. I have my left hand on the floor and the right arm up, but you could do the opposite. And see where your head is happy. Maybe it needs to look down at your hand. Maybe you want to look out to the side, or maybe you want to try and see if you can see that top hand. Bring that arm down and then switch sides. Opposite hand on the floor, the other arm reaches up. You're feeling the stretch in the inner thigh, breathing deeply into it. Seeing where your head is happy. Looking down, looking straight ahead, or looking up. And we bring that hand down, and the knees slightly, hands to the hips, come up. Step the feet together, roll the shoulders back. So we're going to do a bigger stretch, bigger lateral flexion on the right and the left side of the body. We'll do a standing crescent moon, interlacing the hands, index points up. I'm going to move over to the right. Feel both feet press into the floor. My right hand is gently pulling on my left hand. And I'm just taking that breath anywhere I feel the stretch, shoulder, ribs, waist, hips. Stay grounded in the feet and use the legs. Coming back up to center and then over to the opposite side. Keep your head lifted. Don't let the head hang forward. Nice deep breaths. And we come back to center. Hands to the heart. Roll the shoulders out. And we step the legs apart. Hands on the hips. Inhale, a little back bend. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit. Come forward. Maybe take your blocks and stand your blocks on the side. And if you're comfortable, walk your feet out a little bit wider. We're going to take and bend the right knee. It's a side lunge. As we lunge over to the right, you might feel this stretch in the inner thigh, or maybe in the calf or around the ankles. Come back up, and then over to the opposite side. So for each person, it's going to be different. It all depends on what's happening in your body. But we want to tune into body sensations and how the body is letting us know what we're feeling. And coming back to center. Inhale, flat back, press into your blocks. Exhale, lower the blocks down, let your head come forward. Maybe placing your forearms on the blocks or on the floor. And then become aware of your feet. You want to have your weight a little bit more in the balls of the feet. And you want those outside edges of the feet pressing into your mat. Nice deep breath. Let's come back onto the hands, and we'll do another stretch. Reach the right arm up, and bring the hand down. Reach the left arm up, and bring the hand down. We're going to walk the feet in a little bit, bend the knees, come up, step the feet together, roll the shoulders back. So we're going to separate our feet and move our blocks out in case we need them. We're going to do a triangle pose. And so I'm going to turn the right foot out, and it's at a 90-degree angle to the left foot. You might find that you want to move that left foot a little bit once we start getting into the pose so that you feel secure. We're going to reach that right hand out over the leg, and my arm and my leg are in the same line. I let that arm drop, it comes right in front of the leg, and then my left arm, right arm is down, left arm is up. I can turn and I can look directly down at that foot. I can bring my head forward and look directly forward. Or I can turn the head and look for the top arm. If you feel like, oh, I need to hold on to something, don't hold on to the leg. Use the block and hold on to your block. Otherwise, you're really using core muscles. We're going to reach up to come up, roll those shoulders back, bring that foot forward, and then we're going to repeat this to the opposite side. Turn the left foot out. I'm going to make a little adjustment in my right foot. Arms come up. Now, right now, everything is in the same plane. So my head is over my shoulders, my arms are over my legs, hips, everything is in alignment. I reach out to the side. And I want to stay in that line with that head pointing over the left foot. Breathing deeply. Using a block if you need something to hold on to. And when you're ready to come up, reach through the top arm. Roll the shoulders back and bring the feet forward. We're going to do a second round of triangle pose. And for those that are new, I'm going to do it from a different position so you could see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to turn my foot out to the camera. You're going to turn probably your right foot out if you want to do the sequence again that way. I'm bringing my arms up and I'm trying to stay in that same line. So my arm is staying in line, just dropping a little bit in front. My shoulder, my head, everything is trying to stay in this line. What we find is people will do this, and that's not what we want. You could see how the hip swings out and the head's over here. So we're really trying to keep the head and the shoulders in line with the hip and the legs. And we bring that arm up. To come up, I reach up and I roll the shoulders out. Same thing to the opposite side. Now I'm going to turn the foot away. And I hope this is not too attractive of a view for you. So arms come up. I reach out over that leg. I'm trying to stay in the same line. Breathe. I'm going to make a little adjustment in my back foot. And maybe my head turns up. And then we come back up. And we step the feet back together, roll the shoulders back. Nice deep breath. And now the other pose that we're going to do standing is the pyramid pose. So triangle, pyramid, we're kind of working with similar forms. I'm going to start at the front of the mat and take a step back, creating a triangular shape in the legs or a pyramid shape. And then I'm going to square my hips off with the front of the mat. Inhale and lift the heart up. Exhale, I fold forward, flat back, at which point I can use my blocks. If I had two of them, it would really work good, okay? And once my hands are on my blocks, my hips are a little bit free, I can get them even more comfortable. And then let my elbows bend, let my head come towards my knee. If you have discomfort in the knee and you need to put a little bend in the knee, that's okay. We shouldn't feel discomfort when we're doing these things. We should feel a good stretch. But otherwise, we want to try to keep that form. And then for your lines of your pyramid, your arms come out to the side, your head comes to the knee. And hands to the hips to come up. Lift the heart, arch back. And we step the feet together. Now come up this end to the other side. And stepping that left foot back. Hands on the hips. Inhale. Lift the heart. Exhale. I like to get right into the legs. My feet are pressing into the mat. Think of Velcro feet to the mat. And so one is going to the front of the mat, the other one is pushing behind me, and my legs are very stable. Once I get my blocks, I might readjust my hips a little bit just to really feel comfortable in the hips. And then I start to fold forward. You can use your blocks, or you can just use your hands. One more deep breath. Hands to the blocks. Halfway lift. And then we come back up. A little back bend. And we step the feet together. Roll the shoulders back. So before we come down to the floor, we'll throw our energy medicine routine into the mix. We'll start with the cheekbones for the heart meridian. Bring your 3 fingers together on each hand, gently tapping the cheekbones. And if you'd like to say an affirmation, magnificent, beautiful, powerful, strong, happy, healthy, the heart, the meridians, all good. And we shake off. Find the clavicle, and we'll come below the clavicle for the kidney meridian, K27, as we tap right here for kidneys, left and right. Magnificent and beautiful, powerful and strong, happy and healthy. The kidneys and the meridians, all good. And shake it off. Your breastbone, the thymus is right behind the breastbone, and that governs your autoimmune system. So we tap. I like to go up and down the breastbone just because it feels good. Magnificent and beautiful, powerful and strong, happy and healthy. My thymus, my autoimmune system, perfect. And shake off. And now we're going to do stomach and liver. So stomach is on the right, liver on the left. Find your lowest rib and come up one as we tap. For stomach and liver, magnificent and beautiful, powerful, strong, happy and healthy. The stomach and the liver and both those meridians are good. Shake it off. Now you can cross your arms and tap right up here for gallbladder and spleen, or you can tap a little odd karate chop, whatever. And it's magnificent and beautiful, powerful and strong, happy and healthy. The spleen, the gallbladder, both those meridians, just perfect. And shake off. All right, autonomic nervous system. I dream a genie arms, and it's like we're testing dough. So we pulsate. So this is called the triple warmer, and it governs the nervous system. And the nervous system constantly regulates and identifies and informs us what is going on in the body. Magnificent, beautiful, powerful, strong, happy, and healthy. The triple warmer system, perfect. And those meridians run up and down the outside of the arms, so we can rub up and down the arms. I'm going to do 3 X's over the heart, and then we're going to march in place. And this type of movement, again, for some of you, you hear me say this all the time, but I never know when new eyes are watching, helps regulate the musculoskeletal system, the ligaments, the tendons, the attachments. And the more regulated the system is, the happier the nerves innervating those muscles are. So we get more pleasant and comforting signals, and we feel more in balance. All right, let's pause and breathe. So we're going to cross the right over the left, and maybe bring your blocks over just in case. And then we're going to take and cross the right wrist over the left, turn the hands, interlace the fingers, and bring them into the heart. Inhale and exhale. So I call this the love knot, and you can go right into that heart space. And be good to yourself. Good job. We're great. Whatever little positive message you're sending into the heart. A little bit of self-care. If you had a tough morning, you do the old, don't worry, it's going to all turn out good. We're all right. You're okay. And then bringing the arms up over the head. Press into those feet. Lift the ribs. Elongate through the arms. Upper arms pressing the ears alongside the head. And then bringing the hands back to the heart. Maybe holding forward. You have your blocks if you need to hold on to blocks. Think about that right foot. Make contact. Think about the left foot. Make contact. Let the head relax. And then we slowly start to come back up Arms come up. We do a crossover or two, changing which arm is in front. And we uncross the legs. And of course, if we did it on one side, we're going to do it on the other. So when we cross the legs and do a forward fold, we really isolate the sciatic nerve muscle. And sometimes one side will feel different than the other side. So you're just taking notes and observing. And then we're going to take and cross the left wrist over the right and interlace those hands, palms together. Draw the wrists into the heart. Maybe you know somebody who's having difficult times. Or there's just someone that you care for, and you're always saying prayers for them, so you bring them into the heart space. Then we bring the arms up over the head. Breathe, notice your ribs lifting away from your waist, your feet pressing into the floor. Your legs are engaged, your hips are engaged, and your arms are reaching up. Now, some of you might be like this, and that's okay, but eventually over time, your hands will be able to draw your arms long, and your head stays in between those arms. And the arms hug your ears. And then we bring these hands back into the heart. And we start to fold forward. If you feel at all off balance, use your hands. You could release the love knot and grab your blocks. So look at your feet and really press into the soles of the feet. And then we slowly start to make our way back up. Arms come up over the head. We release the hands and a couple crossovers. Roll those shoulders back and uncross the legs. All right, let's come on to our back. And lying on your back, knees bent, bring your heels towards your hips. You can also move your hips towards your heels if that's easier for you to do. Let's press that low back into the floor. Interlace our hands and point your fingers right through the center of your legs. As we start to lift our arms up, we're going to lift our hips up, pressing into those feet, elongating the back of the neck. And this arm movement brings you high up onto the shoulders. See if you could stay there if the arms still come back down, okay? So we want to get the back of the neck elongated and we're high up on the shoulders. And then we slowly lower those hips down. Let's take and place our right ankle on the left knee and interlace our hands behind our head. Maybe flex that right foot. And see if you could consciously move your knee away from your upper body. And then just lift that left foot off the floor. Keep it easy. We don't have to be anything big and deep today. But if you want to go farther and you know where you're going, then you're welcome to do that. And then we just bring that foot back down and uncross the legs. Left ankle on the right knee. Maybe take and cross your fingers a little differently. You'll notice it'll feel odd. We have a way to normally do things, and sometimes flexing that foot and pressing that left knee away from your upper body. And drawing your right knee up, left ankle and leg coming closer to your body. Just doing what you can with that position. You don't have to use your arms or your legs, just breathe. Feeling the stretch. So some days we do more, we take it further. It gets very involved, but this week we're doing basics. We did basic chair yesterday. We're just doing some basic moves today. And now we release, bring the arm down. Let's take our feet wide and let our knees rest on each other. Take your first three fingers, the thumb, index, and middle finger, and place it in the navel. And the same thing with the right hand in between the brow. So we're going to do the hook up, and with the hook up, we envision something just the way we want to see it in the future. Envision all the people, all the players, the place, the time, the setting, what kind of weather, the whole bit. And we're going to hook up and hold that vision. So here we go. Inhale, hook up. And release, relax. Now take the three fingers of the right hand, place it in the navel area, and then the left hand up in between the brow. Same vision. Let's hook up, inhale, and exhale. Breathe in. One more breath. And release. Bring your hands towards your groin area. We're going to glide right over the front of the body, coming up central channel. So about the nose. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Just come up central channel. Smoothing out all that energy. Last one. All right, let's stretch our legs out. Or you can keep your legs just as they were. Roll onto your side into a fetal position to rest that way. So you have options here. You could do any of the things I talked about, or you can also sit up for a little meditation as we do some sound. So we've spent a lot of time breathing. Let's stay with that breath. Allow your mind to just witness the body. Let it be a witness to your thoughts. When we witness something, we don't get taken up by it. So the mind does not carry us away. This is a quote by Joel Elks. The daily experiment. You are the laboratory, and every day is an experiment. Go and find what is new and unexpected. Every time we talk to someone, there comes back to us a map of expectation as to how we should respond. We share a confusion, we are often given a direction. We share pain, we are often given an instruction. We share a desire, we are often given a plan. The power of these unspoken maps should not be underestimated. For the endless gravities of expectation we move in and out of govern most of our thinking and summon most of our energy in denying them or complying with them. In actuality, underneath all the plans, pressures, and expectations, underneath all the subtle guidance and nudging we receive from almost everyone, the next step is truly unknown and has never been taken by anyone. Thus, our spiritual change is to maintain the wonder of the singular explorer that each of us is. Though I treasure that wonder, I have been obedient for most of my life, doing what was expected of me and more, in hopes of being loved. And I have been rebellious, doing the opposite of whatever was mildly implied, ready to break any hold another might have on me. But the freshest step has always come when I've been brave enough to land at the end of what little I know, breathing new air and feeling new feelings in reaction to no one, in wonder at what is always possible. So still in the heart space, we feel the breath there in that open awareness of the heart. We make a promise to ourselves to go outside and connect with the great outdoors, with nature, to spend time just breathing it in and seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it, using all our senses while we still have them. So may we be safe and happy and healthy. May we be free from suffering and live at ease of heart. And may we extend that metta to everybody that we come in contact with today, wanting that for them. Namaste, thank you for joining me, and have a great day.